One of the most common words used in relation to marriage is love. You hear it floating around all the time that somebody's in love. It sounds almost like the force of gravity. And then you hear "I love you," and it's so emotional. It's this emotional high. But I think what people usually refer to as love is really a symptom of love. It's a commitment to stay in companionship in a permanent way, right? Speaking of permanence, if you look at 1 Corinthians, where it speaks about love, which we call the love chapter, it says love perseveres, and that speaks about permanence. May says when a couple is committed to something beyond and above each other, they have a tendency to stick together, to remain in permanence in marriage, and that reminds me that God is there with us, helping us, and that we can do it with Him. It says, okay, I'm feeling a bit down, not feeling that emotional high, but I know and I hope through having God in my life that this will work out, and that pushes you to remain committed to a relationship. Let me pause at this time to say that I do not support domestic violence or any life-threatening circumstance. If you are in that situation, know that God's plan for your life includes you living. Love is unconditional. God Himself says that He is love in 1 John 4:8. And this tells us that in any situation, we can continue to commit to loving each other. And then you're like, wait, pause, there's an exception. In Matthew chapter 19, God talks about an exception whereby you get to divorce based on adultery. But that doesn't mean God intends for us to divorce because someone has committed adultery. Yes, it's a tough time, but God's ideal, God's intention is permanence in marriage. He says He allows divorce because of the hardness of your heart, right? So just tell yourself, you know what? Permanence is what God desires, and I want to commit to this person, and I can do it through Christ. Only through God is it possible. When we remain in a loving marriage with our spouse, we are saying, you know what? I choose to put you above my feelings, above my emotions, because even though I may feel distant or angry at times, I know that I choose to love you. And the thing about it is, God, who is love, if we learn more about Him, if we spend time in His Word, we will grow in love. So if you want to experience and love growth in your relationship, get into the Word as a couple, read the Word, your love is bound to grow. Amen.